RHOK!
Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, everybody's seen these toy motorcycles you can get at like Target and shit. They're kind of cool. Springy suspension. You get a closer look at it. There's these little die-cast bikes, and maybe some people have seen. There's some toy Supermotos around, but they're like impossible to find in the United States. I don't know why. I guess Supermotos aren't as popular here. But you might have seen some people have them, like this guy here. You can see that it's definitely a Supermoto versus definitely a dirt bike. Sorry that the contrast is so atrocious on this. I'm just doing it quick on my webcam. I wanted to show everybody. So you might be wondering, how do I do this? How do I get this bitchin' little toy Supermoto? Well, let me show you. I found something tonight. Let me just back the camera up here, angle it down a little bit. Okay, so these little ones. Like I said, it's a dirt bike versus Supermoto. Supermoto, obviously, much more gooder. So I was at the store tonight, and I saw this. It's just a die-cast 1/12 scale R1. And I was like, that's pretty cool. I kind of want to get that set on my shelf. But then I saw this right next to it, which is a die-cast CRF 450R. So I was like, what can I do with this? That's awesome. So let's just get down to it. How to make your own toy Supermoto. Let's take the R1 out of the package. Slide this off. Slide the bike out of the box. Take the box, throw the box into the pile of whatever. Take the packaging off. Boom, here's the bike. It's a decent bike. It's nice, heavy. It would look good on my shelf. Kickstand works, so it does stand. Yay. Gives a fuck. Stick this to the side as well. Okay, so we got the R1. Boom. Cool sport bike. And then we have, let's get the dirt bike out. We have this CRF 450R. Out of the box, take out the package. Put the packaging wherever. And I got the 450R, which unrealistically has a kickstand. Chadillac would not approve of this right here. Chadillac would just take that off. But so yeah, this is actually really nice to see. It is still molded plastic, but it feels a little softer. I guess it's just the texture. Rental bars, fender. It's got good dirt tires. It's got the suspension actually works, so that's kind of cool. It's fairly detailed. The chain is actually its own little piece, and it's black. It's pretty cool. It's Maisto. Maisto is the brand. Like I said, sorry that the lighting is so atrocious. I'm just wanting to knock this out for you guys real quick. Anyway, so if you look at these, the axles on both bikes are just Phillips screw heads. That's the same on both bikes. Very important if you do this. It's best if you get them from the same brand. As you can see, these are both the same brand, same scale. So that means that they're going to be approximately the same size. You look at the width between the forks, it's about the same. The width between the swing arm is close enough. Okay, so what do you need? You need a little Phillips screwdriver. Boom. Look at that little Phillips screwdriver. Ask and you shall receive. So now what we're going to do is we'll set the dirt bike over there, and we go to the donor bike, and you just simply unscrew the front wheel, and then you simply unscrew the rear wheel. And depending on what bike you're, you might want to keep an eye on the length of these screws, because sometimes they're different lengths, and if you're swapping wheels around, it might be different. Some of them, yeah, okay, so this one, the brake disc does come off. This is going to be important later, unless you have one of those crazy Supermoto setups that Chadillac drools over with the dual front brakes. So now we're going to take them off the CRF 450 on the axles over here, different spot. So, like I said, you just unscrew these. Take the wheel off, stay over here. Alright, so now we have this. We have this. Two bikes, no wheels, no waiting. set the sport bike to the side because it's a sport bike. Who cares about that? Take the dirt wheels, put them to the side in case you're going to go do some wheelies over dirt. And let's take the back wheel. On the bike, make sure when you do this, you put the brake disc on the right side. That way it's, it looks realistic. You just stick it in there. You can kind of see where I slid it in. You just line up where the axle goes. And then since I'm using these wheels, I'm going to use the bolts from the R1. And actually, this bolt from the R1 doesn't fit in the CRF. That's why it's important to keep an eye on what you're doing. Or is it this one? Yeah, no, okay, so it's this one. It's this, no, which bolt is it? It's this bolt, I think. Oh, I'm putting it in from the wrong side. See, that's why. You got to pay attention to what you're doing. Obviously, I wasn't. So, okay, so it is this bolt. You got to look, see which side. This side, see, has a big hole that I wasn't paying attention to. This side has a little hole. See there. The bolt goes through the hole in the swing arm. Line it up, put it through the wheel, into the other side of the swing arm, and screw it down tight. Now, you don't have to make it too tight. The tighter you make it, the less likely it will be to be able to turn, which if you're just doing it for static display, it won't really matter, but if you want it to, be right in the end. So, we're getting there. That's looking much more proper. So now we get the front wheel. Again, now, on almost all of these bikes, the rotors will come off, so just take it off. This bike has this rotor guard molded, so that's not super realistic. If I had a little more time, I would take a Dremel and I would cut this off, and I might do that later. Just leave just the caliper there. But for now, I pulled one of the rotors off so it's not on the wrong side. Slide this down, and now this wheel is slightly wider than the stock wheel on the dirt bike, so you might want to just shave. So the wheel has, you can see here where it sticks out a little bit here and a little bit over here. You might want to just shave a millimeter or two off both sides with some sandpaper if you really care. I don't. Put it through there. This was from the other. Okay, so you put that through that bolt hole. This is kind of a little fiddly. It's hard to do when I'm talking. Slide it through there. Line it up so that the screw threads in. Clean it up, and there you go. Your very own toy CRF 450R Supermoto. Now, the suspension works in the rear. The front suspension doesn't work, but, as you can see, that's much, much cooler. You can do endos, rolling stoppies on your desk. You can do wheelies. If I can see. And if you're Armenian, you can drag your fender. If you're Chadillac, you can drag your fender and snap your fender in half and roll over. If you're AK-47, you can be on a KLR 650. Going, look, this is how you wheelie. Can't breathe. So, yeah, that's how you turn a toy dirt bike into a toy Supermoto. I think that is pretty damned cool. I think I paid about $7.50 a piece for these, so it was about the tax about $16. It's a shame to scrap this thing, but I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. I'll probably keep it, and if I ever do maybe I'll do a diorama of a motorcycle shop or something. But yeah, so anyway, that's how you do it, man. That's CRF 450R toy Supermoto, and it's solid. The wheels are on. It's just the way, just solid as they're coming out of the package. You can be the coolest kid on the block with your own toy Supermoto. Maybe you're a kid and you want a Supermoto. Maybe you're, you can't afford one yet, or you just really like them. Maybe you're a 40-year-old child, like, I don't know, me. So there you go, man. I'm out of here, man. That's all I wanted to show you. Peace.